I took a trip to Chicago and had some amazing eats. Here's a list of 8 spots that you're definitely going to want to visit, so be sure to save this for your next trip. Now we're starting off sweet. A local barista told me I had to visit Beacon Donuts. So delicious and so many great flavors. We had brunch at Armitage Ale House, and while the entrees were amazing, the one must order is this sticky date pudding with ice cream, one of the best desserts I've ever had. Now right outside the airport, you're finding iconic spots like Gene and Jude's for one of the best hot dogs you'll find, and Johnny's for the best Italian beef. Duck Duck Goat is an Asian-inspired restaurant from the award-winning chef Stephanie Izard. It's a must-visit, along with Pequod's with that deep dish crispy cheese crust. Gigio Mio is a spot from the Au Cheval and Fort Charles team, but this one's Italian. Basically, anything these guys touch is gold. To close out, we got my favorite breakfast sandwich in the country right now. We're at Kasama for their Longanisa egg and cheese. Be sure to save this list for your next trip to Chicago.